I've never been a huge fan of NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell. However, I've always agreed with his assertion that nobody's bigger than the shield, that playing in the NFL is a privilege and not a right. And I have largely been in favor of his crackdown on the off the field conduct of the players throughout the National Football League, because at the end of Paul Tagliabue's reign as commissioner, it was getting out of hand. It was getting ridiculous to the point where the NFL was perhaps facing a little bit of an image problem. And Roger Goodell came in as a contrasting personality and laid the hammer down, or he used to, anyways. Because I'm having a hard time trying to figure out this one. Now, let me get this straight. Robert Mathis takes a fertility drug, gets suspended 4 games. Lane Johnson, Deion Jordan, they take banned substances, they're suspended 4 games. You've got Justin Blackmon for repeated violations of the substance abuse policy has an indefinite suspension. Josh Gordon, for the same thing, is about to perhaps get a year-long suspension, even though surely Colts owner Jim Irsay isn't going to face nearly the same type of suspension as these other guys. I'm just saying. The same league, the same commissioner that once suspended Chris Henry for more than half a season for repeated off-the-field transgressions, the same commissioner and same league that once suspended Adam Pac-Man Jones for more than a full season for repeated off-the-field transgressions, including making it rain in an Atlanta nightclub, has apparently said, you know what, Ray Rice? What you did was bad. What you did was terrible. In fact, it was so bad, we are going to send you to your room for 2 weeks of unpaid vacation. A 2-game suspension for Ray Rice? This is stupid. This is ridiculous. What a crock. What a joke. And what an embarrassment for the National Football League. Where in the blue hell are the priorities here, Roger Goodell? Seriously, you're telling me that taking a banned fertility drug or freaking steroids or smoking weed or getting popped off for a DUI is a worse transgression than beating a woman unconscious and dragging her on camera out of an elevator? 2 games? Hell, he gave Big Ben 4 games for his shit involving women. Yes, a different type of thing, but still serious nonetheless. And your whole excuse, I'm sure that's going to come out of your diarrhea hole, talking about, well, Ray Rice's charges were never pursued. The whole thing is, that wasn't supposed to matter to the league's conduct policy. In fact, one problem I've always had with it is you could be sitting there and be accused for something you had absolutely nothing to do with, but you could still sit there and be suspended under the conduct policy, even if you were found not guilty. In the NFL's eyes, it was a lot of ways guilty until we still say you're guilty anyways, even if you're proven freaking innocent. But here's Ray Rice, clear as day. It's even admitted this was a bad thing. He beat his woman, knocked her unconscious, was dragging her on the elevator. I don't care what the circumstances or the situation was. You needed to come down and come down hard and lay the wood to this guy with a long suspension that not only taught him a lesson, but taught the rest of the players and the rest of the league a lesson that you need to respect your women and you need to stop this crap and you need to stop getting into these domestic violence and domestic abuse and domestic dispute type of situations. Otherwise, you're going to have this privilege taken away for you for an extended period of time. So again, take a fertility drug, 4-game ban. Take a steroid, a stimulant that's banned, 4-game ban. Repeatedly smoke weed or get caught drinking, indefinite suspension, year-long ban. Beat your woman, 2-game suspension. Roger Goodell, what the hell type of message do you think you're sending to young football players all across the country, from Pee Wee League to high school to college? Basically, you're telling them that instead of picking up that bottle and driving, instead of smoking that weed, just beat your woman, because the suspension will be half as long, because we take it half as serious. I hope Roger Goodell and the NFL get a tremendous shitstorm out of this. I think they're going to, and I hope people stay on him, and I hope this plays out as a story all throughout the season, because this is ridiculous. This is a damn crock, and it's a crying shame. And frankly, I expected a whole hell of a lot better out of a guy who claims so much to protect the brand and protect the shield. Well, apparently protecting the brand and protecting the shield doesn't extend to protecting women that date and are in relationships with your football players from domestic violence and domestic disputes. Shame on you, NFL, and shame on you, Commissioner Roger Goodell, for taking this punk-ass way out. 2 games? That's it?